Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Chicala Kitchen. So I am Patty. Now I've made a couple of these videos and clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. But my kids and my customers have been hounding me about doing this. So as I'm learning, because I'm a tech idiot, you guys are going to have to put up with me. I will say, I am a New York, Long Island girl, and I've realized that it's taking me 90 gazillion hours to edit because I don't know how to edit. And my language is sometimes not what it should be on video, so you're going to have to get used to me if I slip up sometimes, because if I say something I shouldn't, oh well. So if something slips out, just forgive me because I really can't spend all night editing those words out. Okay, so Easter week. Happy Easter, Buona Pasqua. I really pretty much cook everything, but I am Italian. I am very much an Italian girl. And Easter is a biggie in an Italian family. I grew up spending 4 months out of the year in Italy visiting my grandparents. And Easter was such a wonderful time. If you've ever been to Italy, you know this. There is nothing like Italian chocolate, for example. And every year at Easter, my grandparents would always give us these gorgeous Easter eggs. Italy is known for their traditional Easter eggs. The chocolate Easter eggs are about this big, and they are decorated and they are gorgeous. And when you break them open, they have these beautiful toys and gifts inside, or they have windows cut out in them with scenes inside. And oh, they're just so beautiful. I'm not that talented. However, I did raise my children making them decorated chocolate Easter eggs every year, and now I do them for my grandchildren. Just so you know, I have the 4 most absolutely gorgeous and brilliant grandchildren on the face of the earth, and no one can argue with me. They are the most beautiful children, except for mine, of course, that ever existed on the planet. I have a granddaughter going to college who is beyond brilliant. We are so proud of them. And today I'm going to start making chocolate Easter eggs. I do generally 3 or 4 flavors. We will be doing cream eggs, something along the lines of Cadbury cream eggs, peanut butter eggs, and chocolate walnut. So I'm going to bring you along for the ride. What we're going to be doing is first making the fillings and shaping the eggs. Then we'll be dipping them in chocolate, and then we'll be doing the decorating. So hopefully you can follow along and I won't screw up the editing too badly. So come on, let's go. First we're going to be doing peanut butter eggs. So what I'm going to do is first 1 pound of confectioner's sugar. Here we go. So this is confectioner's sugar and my scale. Turn it on. And I'm going to do 1 pound of confectioner's sugar in here. And I'm going to make an absolute mess because that's how I roll. Can't seem to do anything without making a mess. And my little sous chef is standing on my feet, our little Nova, who wants to help. She saw the peanut butter come out and she automatically thinks that's her cue to come out because peanut butter is her favorite thing in the whole world. Okay, let's see what we got here. 16 ounces is a pound, right? Here we go, 1 pound. Okay. Then I have a rounded cup of peanut butter. Now, I use natural peanut butter. I always make sure it does not have xylitol in it, again, because of our little fur baby here who loves peanut butter, and it's the way I get her to do things. One of these days I'll get the camera down and show you that she's standing on my feet at all times. I have a stick of butter. I think I have her picture in the entry to our videos. But Nova is our 7-month-old pup. She is spoiled rotten. I'm gonna put this on here. Okay. We have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, which I can't seem to get open. I miss those days in Italy with my grandparents. When I think back, those huge Easter eggs wrapped in colored foils. We used to crack them open, and the beautiful, beautiful candies and gifts that came out. Oh, those memories. And a glug of vanilla. This is vanilla bean paste. I order in bulk because I use so much. I would say it's probably a teaspoon and a half. And about a tablespoon of milk. There you go. Now, I'm gonna mix this all up. And I made a mess. Again, I'm very messy when I work. What I have here is a mold, a cake mold, and I put a piece of plastic wrap over the top. I'm just going to use this to mold the eggs. I'm going to fill these and put it in the freezer for about an hour. There we go. There we go. If I was smart, I would have put the cover on the mixer and not gotten confectioner's sugar all over the place. Like I said, I'm not used to this video thing. I'm not only a tech idiot, I'm clearly an idiot when it comes to videotaping. Let me throw this all in the sink. Okay. So mix this all up well. Oh, yum, it smells so good. And you fill as many of these as you can. Now, you can also grease up your hands and make balls or form an egg with your hands, but it's kind of messy, so honestly, using a mold just works better. If you have silicone molds, just as well. I'm going to fill these up, pop it in the freezer, and go to work on the next flavor. When they're all done and all nice and cold, we will be dipping them in chocolate, and then comes the fun part, decorating them with buttercream. I'm going to be boxing them up and mailing them off to my grandkids. My kids had the audacity to move away from their mom. How could they? I miss them so much. Isn't that awful? Here we go. Oops. Look at that. Right in the mold. And then I'll flatten it out. Let's see how many of these I can get. Now this is one recipe. I typically do several recipes. My husband yells at me that I make too much because he's on a constant diet. I don't pay attention to him. There we go. I actually might get all 9 of these. Okay. So I'm going to smooth these out, get them in the freezer, and we'll move on to the next flavor. Okay, we're back. Our peanut butter eggs are in the freezer, and we are going to start on our cream eggs. So I have 1.5 pounds of confectioner sugar in here, and I got smart this time. I brought the cover. You'll see I'm wearing gloves, and you'll know why in a minute. So I am going to add a 1/2 can of sweetened condensed milk. Just kind of eyeball it. 1/2 can. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. We have 1 stick of butter melted. This is not local, but it is Easter, La Pascua. So there we go. 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, non-GMO and no high fructose, people. Oh, look at me. Keep an empty small bowl near you. You will be needing it. 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry, 2 tablespoons. Okay. I've been standing here wishing one of my kids still lived nearby. Actually, my daughter does. We are in beautiful, sunny, cold North Carolina right now. My daughter lives nearby, but she works nights, so she's sleeping and is no help with my tech questions. 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and that's pretty much it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to save myself the mess this time. Mix that up. This was one of my boys' favorite. I am a mama to boys. I have 5 boys, 2 wonderful bonus boys, and 1 girl, so mama to 8. There we go. Let me grab a spatula. Okay. Let me grab this out. Now, let's see what I'm talking about here. See this creamy white goop? Yeah. This thick, creamy white goop. I'm hoping this holds together. It's pretty creamy. I wanted it really thick. Okay. So what we're going to do, oh, it is pretty thick, good. I want you to see this. There you go. You're going to take a bit of a spoonful of that creamy white goop and put it in this little bowl. It's pretty thick. And the reason I'm wearing gloves is I'm going to put, I probably don't need that much. A couple of drops of yellow food coloring in there. I don't want my hands turning yellow. I'm going to massage that in. And that's going to be the yolk of our egg. You ever had a Cadbury cream egg? My kids used to love them, and I couldn't see spending the money on them. So we make our own. Italians tend to be pretty frugal, as my grandmother used to say. We're not cheap, we're frugal. So, see that? That will be the yolk of our egg. Okay. So what we're going to do is take little bits of that. Ugh. Wow, that's probably a little too much. And roll little balls. So you're going to roll little balls. This is what I do. I roll little balls and put them on the end of the paper so I have them ready to go. And then when I'm ready to form my eggs, I just pick up a ball and form my egg around it. They're pretty sticky, but I don't take my gloves off till I have all the balls formed so that my hands don't turn yellow. Sometimes I'm kind of smart. Not always, but sometimes. Okay. So I'll be back when I have all my balls formed. Okay, so I got 15 yolks and I divided the dough, the white cream, into 15 portions, and this is what we do. We basically just flatten it out. It's pretty sticky, but it works. You take your yolk and you wrap the white around it and form an egg shape as best as you can. Trust me when I say kids won't mind if it is not perfect. You kind of form a little oval football shape. Place it on a sheet of wax paper. It's going to go in the fridge. It's going to firm up really tight. We will be dipping it in chocolate and decorating the top. I promise you, if it's not perfect, it will be fine. Roll it into a log, flatten it out, spread it out as much as you can so you can get your yolk in there, just like that. Put the yolk kind of towards one end, like an egg yolk would be. Close it over, roll it up, form an egg shape the best you can, just like that. Put it on your sheet. It's going to go in the fridge, just like that. We'll be back, and then we're going to be doing chocolate walnut. Those are among my favorite. Bye.